Greetings, YouTube. The doctor is in. Dr. Urias Papers here, coming at you with another commentary on Dungeons and Dragons. And today we are going to talk about the spell Conjure Barrage. There was a pretty big change that happened with this spell. I was happy that they did change the basic premise of this spell. It's still not the greatest spell in the world. It is a spell for half casters, but it is what it is, and so we're going to talk about it. We're going to compare and contrast the Legacy version with the 2024 version. We're going to talk about the classes that can use it and how the spell works, and we're going to do some comparisons for damage with some other spells. But first, don't forget to hit that subscribe button. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you have any questions or comments, please leave a question or a comment, and don't forget to hit that notification bell. All right. Right now, I've got the Conjure Barrage spell up from the 2014 Player's Handbook, or as they like to call it, the Legacy version. When we originally reviewed this spell, we gave it an F. I thought it was a terrible spell. So it's a third level spell. And if you don't know, for Rangers, we got the Artificer up here, but we can look at the Artificer table because it's the same as the Ranger table. Rangers do not actually get this spell until 9th level, okay? And Artificers also do not get it until 9th level because they're both half casters. So 3rd level spell, it is usable by Rangers and Battlesmiths. It uses an action. It's a range of self with a 60-foot cone. It uses 1 piece of ammunition or thrown weapon. And you throw a non-magical weapon or fire a piece of non-magical ammunition into the air to create a cone of identical weapons that shoot forward and then they disappear. Each creature in a 60-foot cone must make a dex save, or they take 3d8 damage on a failed save, half as much on a successful one. And then the damage type is the same as that of the weapon or ammunition used. So if you throw an axe, should be slashing. If you shoot a bow, it'll be piercing. If you use a rock from a sling, it'll be bludgeoning. And like I said, the Rangers and Battlesmiths got this. I gave this an F. This is horrible damage. So if we look at Burning Hands, which is a 1st level spell, that one did almost as much damage. So if we get our little handy dandy calculator out, 3 times 4.5 is 13.5 damage on average, and 3 times 3.5 is 10. So a 1st level spell does almost as much damage as a 3rd level spell for a half caster. There are other 3rd level spells that are way better than this for Rangers and Battlesmiths that I would rather take. The Artificer Battlesmith gets either Aura of Vitality, which I think is a great spell, or Conjure Barrage added to their list of spells, plus their list of other 3rd level spells. Okay, so let's take a look at the 2020 version of Conjure Barrage. It's still a 3rd level spell. It's used by Rangers. It's still usable by Battlesmiths because it's on their list, and the Battlesmith Artificer is a Legacy class. There is a new Battlesmith that will be coming out that's in the Unearthed Arcana. It's not out yet, so it's there. Still 1 action, still self, 60-foot range, verbal, somatic, and material component. They did make a change to this. It is a melee or ranged weapon worth at least 1 copper piece, which means you have to have it. So you brandish the weapon used to cast the spell, and you conjure similar spectral weapons or ammunition appropriate to the weapon that launch forward and then disappear. Pretty much the same verbiage. Each creature of your choice that you can see in a 60-foot cone makes a dex saving throw, or they take 5d8 force damage on a failed save or half as much on a successful save. And you can upcast this, but because you're a half caster, you can only use up to 5th level spells. You can only upcast this to 7d8. Now, what is the new average damage? It is 22.5, which is a lot better than 13.5. And for comparison, we got Fireball here, and Fireball is 8d6. So that average damage is 28. So it's almost, it's a wider cone. It's a wider area of effect. It doesn't do as much damage, but it is still a wider cone, and it is for half casters. So now it's at least palpable to take. I still would take some other spells. I'm going to move this from an F up to a C minus. There are other spells I would rather take. Although this one says it does force damage, and this one does the damage type of the ammunition. So that's another thing too. So just because of that one thing, I'm going to move this up to a C. Because force damage can be very useful when you're doing damage to things like ghosts and things like that, that you need to have force damage, or you need to have kind of magic damage. So now it does magic damage, which is nice. So again, I'll tell you, Artificer, Battlesmiths get this, and then the Ranger gets this. It's not a great spell. I would rather use other spells. So let's take a look at the spells that the Ranger gets, particularly at 3rd level. So we're going to filter that out because I want to look and see what things. Well, Conjure Animals is now a pretty good spell, and Rangers get it now. So that one definitely is better than Conjure Barrage. Our Shadowlan's Stride is okay. It does some fire damage. It lasts for a while, and it increases your speed. That's definitely better. Dispel Magic is a Ranger spell. Apparently it's a Ranger spell. Okay. Elemental Weapons okay. Flame Arrows is okay. Lightning Arrow is okay. Apparently Rangers get Revivify. That, I'm just saying, that's a better spell. The Summon, I haven't gone over the Summon spells yet, but we'll get there. But I think there's a better, that's a better spell. Wind Wall. There are way better choices here than just that. Now, if we were to look at Artificer and look at 3rd level spells, and I always ask when I'm grading these spells, I always ask, is there a better spell that I can take at that level? Would I be casting this every combat? Is this going to be integral to a build? Or is this going to have a major impact on my adventuring party? And I have to say that this spell is probably in the C range. Dispel Magic, again, is really good. Blink is pretty good. A Shadowlan's Stride is pretty good. Elemental Weapons, okay. Fly, that I would definitely take over. Conjure Barrage. Glyph of Warding. Haste, another one I would definitely take. Protection from Energy, definitely I would be taking that. Revivify again. Tiny Servant, we're going to go over that one. Water Breathing, you need that when you need it. Water Walking is another one. So there are a lot of spells I think I would rather take and put, I would rather prepare than Conjure Barrage. So again, it's a C spell. It got better. It's not an F anymore, but it's still not great. All right, that is what I got for everybody today. I appreciate everybody tuning in, and I will catch everybody